How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah?
I've just been like progressively going through like changes and like constantly having to make forward thinking decisions. Like,
Yeah, forward
I've,
progress with your path,
yeah,
past.
I'm just like I've just been learning a lot of things and then trying to build concepts, throw away concepts, da 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 da. So it's just been like that for like I think now it's been almost 2 months of that.
Oh, 2 months?
Almost.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty good, man. Hey, I trust the process, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Eventually you'll get there. Just like me, like I'm trying to work on my communication skills.
Okay.
Uh, Dating this girl, she's been
Ooh.
telling me what I need to work on pretty much because she
Okay.
watches my vlogs as well.
Oh.
And sometimes I when I talk, I kind of fumble my words,
Okay.
but she also noticed that I need to enunciate my words.
I feel that. Okay.
Yeah. So, but otherwise, I'll look like I'm mumbling, where I'm not really I'm not really like saying the correct word, or like
Mm.
if I say like rumble, and I'm just like rumble,
Okay.
like I need to enunciate like everything. So she's really like helped me with that, and being more comfortable in my own skin,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of like questioning myself or thinking twice about what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
or if I should say it,
Mm-hmm.
um, kind of gonna help like push me out there. So I need to work on my communication skills,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I've been doing. It's a little harder because like how I grew up,
Okay.
like not really being able to talk or being interrupted all the time,
Okay.
not really having a voice. So
I
kind
understand
of
that.
yeah. So that's why like I'm more like in the introverted spectrum where I don't want to talk because
Yeah.
like I was always scared of like the backlash of people like making fun of me of how I talk or
Yeah.
how my voice sounds. So
Mm.
that's why. Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah, that's a little
totally.
background, like what I'm doing in my life. I just
I.
like working on communication. I mean, coming up with like a subject to talk about, still like kind of, I'm still working with that.
Okay.
I don't want to sound like I'm boring, but like, because I don't really know what to talk about. Like I'm still in that like that state of mind where I'm just like I don't know what to talk about. Like,
I
I
see.
mean, I'll just talk about the weather. Like, hey, it's blue. It's very nice weather we're having
Yeah.
outside right now.
Yeah.
It's out, like, and then like my conversations usually end up dying. Like
Yeah.
I'll start off really high and then I'll just take a dip.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Because
Uh,
especially with this girl I'm dating, like she's
yeah.
very intellectual. She's very um what's that word? Uh,
Extroverted.
well, she's very extroverted, but like she's very articulate.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she's very articulate. She's very like um intelligent, and she really calls out on my bullshit. Like
Damn.
if I say like a, she's very good at that. Like she'll like I'll be talking, and then like I'll say a word that I didn't mean to say, but then like I'll just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
But then she'll be like, "Did you mean this word?" I'm like,
Oh.
"Oh yeah."
Mm.
So work on that. So
So when
that's
did all
she's
this?
actually in the other room, huh?
Oh no, I was gonna say like so when first of all when did you start dating somebody? Because I didn't know that,
Oh,
which
I
is
just keep it
fine.
on down low, but
Okay, that's fine. I'm not all that public about
right
stuff
now we're
either.
just like in the dating stage. It's nothing serious.
Okay.
Um, but we started seeing each other. Like we met on Tinder.
Oh.
uh,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah. I finally tried Tinder for the first time.
Oh, first time. Okay.
Yeah, and I met this girl. I mean, and then we went on a date, then we went on a second date, and then I guess he was just trying to get like trying to feel me out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I totally feel like an idiot compared to her. But I know she's like nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants to feel like that, or no one wants to think like that.
Yeah.
But you just go with it. You just gotta like be more like confident in like how you are, and not let it bother you. So I'm not trying to let it bother me, but like I know deep down inside right now it's kind of like I just feel like a total loser. Just because like I don't know, I just can't really like we have like we're total opposites, right?
Yeah.
She's an extrovert, I'm an introverted person. She's very intelligent, I'm um and it's like she's very articulate, and then I'm just not a guy. But um sometimes I wish like I mean sometimes like I'm hoping that she can see past it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, when is this becoming like a therapy session?
That happens sometimes.
Why am I talking about this? Well, it's because like you asked how would we happen?
Yeah.
Tinder. It was like in January. So,
Okay.
and we've been hanging out ever since.
Okay. Hold on. That's cool. I'm just seeing if I have like another thought, but I just want to see if I have any comments left on that. Okay. Well, are you on like Facebook and stuff?
Give me a minute. Let me pull it up. Why?
I have one viewer, Alicia, who's active on Twitch. Just so you can see the comments.
Oh yeah. Going in right now.
But I believe that if you're on Facebook, you could also see the Twitch comments because of the chat that I have in the video. So just so you're not like
blind.
Yeah.
Alright, just waiting for it to load up. For some reason, Facebook on my computer is really slow. Let's see, plans for the eradication of these people. Just kidding, guys.
Oh man, communication.
Oh shit! All right, let me put on my glasses.
Okay.
I feel like an old person right now.
I mean, I'm wearing glasses. You're good.
Let me mute this. Okay. Hey, Alicia. I don't know who you are, but hey.
She was saying, yeah. Okay. I mean, I can relate to the whole communication skills things, and I've never really had people to critique me on like, aside from like having to be more vocal. Enunciation was something that I had to figure out, I guess, through myself. But I can relate to those things and growing up similarly, except not sharing the same feelings. For me, it's just more like I like never really conversed with adults. I always just saw like myself and adults as completely different because of how I was raised, so I never really talked to them.
And I feel like, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And I feel like growing up with Asian parents kind of put like that limitation for us where we can't really communicate with them because they can't relate to us. Yeah. And they don't want to hear our problems, and especially when they have their own lives. Yeah.
It's funny. It's crazy.
Yeah. So being raised in an Asian community kind of put a dapper on things for us as like growing up and being nurtured, because like we felt like we needed to be silent because like whatever we talk about wouldn't even matter.
Pretty much, or it would be written off. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Same thing. Just or not respected because we're younger. Yeah. And now that we're older, we don't have those communication skills to actually pursue the outside world. I mean, we still can. It's just that it's more of a challenge for us, you know. Like when we talk to someone that's like a at the higher ladder, like our boss or something.
Well, you don't have to worry about that because you're your own boss.
Yeah.
But like when we're talking to someone on the hierarchy of that ladder,
Mm-hmm.
um, like we don't like we tend to like tense up or like freeze, and I'm not. I should just speak for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. But like in my experience,
Mm-hmm.
you know, being an introverted person and not, you know, having that voice and actually like trying to go out there and like talk to people, it's more of a challenge than it is natural.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's why like if people see me and like we're all hanging out and I'm just like quiet, it's because I have social anxiety. That's number one. And then I'm insecure of my words and insecure of how I talk.
Okay.
And I think that's the main thing I'm insecure about. Other than that, I'm like pretty confident, but like
Okay.
that's why I say like a lot. I say like a lot, like especially in my videos. Like if you go back, like you'll see me, like even right now I'm saying like, but even right now, like if you go back to my videos
Mm-hmm.
and watch them, every video is gonna have like the word like in it, like as I'm talking,
Mm-hmm.
or but that's kind of natural because I watch a lot of YouTubers, and every time they talk, um, they'll say a lot or like. It's because it's something to gap that bridge.
Yeah. Or just the silence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally get that.
bridge.
Uh, and it's gonna be kind of like a, because it's a stream, so it's gonna be a little. It's just that I wasn't
It's
much of a
delayed.
talker. I wasn't much of a talker myself. Are you still? I mean, I'm assuming. So then, would you say you're a talker now, Alicia? Okay, so with all of that, I took a speech class. I used to be hella shy. You know, I did everything from like study people who could like speak in real life, and then I started to become introspective. It's weird because like I think I started to develop more introspection as I started setting goals. So I just remember my first goal as a freshman, way back when, was that I was like, oh, like I'm shy, and
Yeah.
I want to change that, and I want to be able to talk about stuff and hold conversations. And so I would notice when I was shy and when I wasn't. I was like, okay, when I'm comfortable with someone, obviously I'm not shy. And so what I tried to do was capture the essence of what I felt, that like whatever feelings that were present to allow me to speak that way. I started being really introspective, but then also I started making conversation out of thin air because I could do it with people that I was comfortable with. And literally a lot of my practice, like, you know, from school, but then also from Call of Duty. Like when Xbox 360, Modern Warfare 2, that's when a lot of my social skills started to develop, and I started, you know, like you rage and your language is horrible, all that stuff. But that for me was also like practice in some sense. And then yeah, I took a speech class in college, so that's like way down the line. And that helped me understand that my communication style authentically was authentic. Like it was very I remember my speech teacher just saying like, oh, like you have a very natural, calm way of communication. Like the idea of getting up and standing in front of a podium and like pretending to be this thing just never resonated with me. But then also because I grew up listening to YouTubers talk to their camera. So once I kind of got used to that, I was like, I don't know how to, it was just natural. So I would never want to communicate any other way than just being how I am now. Speech class helped a bit, helped me project more. It helped me think about structure. I don't really remember much of like what I was taught. I just remember getting up in front of class and speaking. And I also danced in front of the class because I explained to them that that's how I kind of warm up. Indeed, I'm a better socializer now. Would you consider
good for you.
yourself
Good for you,
an
Alicia.
extrovert, Alicia? Or like, what was your process of evolving your social skills? So I'll like do this. I'll like kind of jump back and forth between who I'm talking
Yeah,
to
no, that's good.
in the stream.
I like to read the comments too. I like to read what they're saying so I can interact with them as well.
Okay.
Once they say I'm a better socializer now, I like to congratulate them.
Yeah.
They achieve what most people cannot.
It's really good to be able to socialize. It's taken me so long, like, and also being like teaching dance is kind of forces you to communicate. You gotta learn how to project and all that.
Really helps you get out of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like going back to your Call of Duty days,
Yeah.
like when I used to play Call of Duty, dude, I didn't talk at all. Like I had the
Really?
headset on. Yeah, like
my
even though I was like pissed off, I'm just like I rage internally.
Oh my god.
So like I'll like toss my controller, but like I wouldn't even say anything.
Yeah.
I'll just like communicate with my team saying like, oh, they're at B or something like that.
I see. Okay.
But like I won't talk shit. But they
Talk
also
so
got rid of
much.
that. Yeah, they also got rid of that mechanic where you can't communicate with the other team like in the chat.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but that was a good
Like
time.
Black Ops 3. Well, I barely played multiplayer after that. I played zombies.
Okay. I played both. It was fun.
Yeah, but I guess like Call of Duty is like a good form of like bettering yourself at communication. But even though you're just talking crap.
Yeah. I think is as like I said, I was being intentional. So I was like, this is practice, and like let me learn how to make conversation out of nothing. I think if you just go into it, it's whatever. But if you have the intention, and then starting to like YouTube and like vlog and stuff and make videos was a huge help. I got to like look at myself and I was like, ugh, and like really try to develop my communication style.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I first started vlogging,
Yeah.
it was so awkward, so super awkward. But I try to be as natural as possible. But if you go back to my first video,
Yeah.
you'll see like the awkwardness a little bit.
Yeah.
But it gradually got better and better and better as I got comfortable and more comfortable vlogging in front of my camera, in front of like random people. Like right now, I don't even care. Like, I was in New York where like people don't really care, like give a crap about like what you do, because it's like a melting pot of like celebrities, random people. It's a mixture of both. But like for me, like I saw like other vloggers too. So that's why I was like, I gotta be more natural. I gotta pretend that nobody's there, and I just gotta own up to being a YouTuber, vlogger. So I thought about that. I'm just like, all right, gotta be more comfortable. So it actually helped with my communication skills as well.
Yeah.
Because I can just talk in front of the camera, but just be slightly awkward.
Yeah.
Because like you're just talking, like like for a fact, you're just talking to a camera. You're just like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Like, please like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, I feel that that helped me a ton on my journey too.
Yeah.
It's like a combination of all that.
Yeah, and actually like I said, I'm gonna go back to like meeting her, Michaela is her name. So like I met her, and then like, she actually like brought out that side of me where like brought me out of my shell, and actually like being around like my friend Blanky, and really talking to him more, and he really showed me like videos, like YouTube videos on like, hey, like I want you to watch this. I think it'll help like your thought process of not caring about like if you messed up or not, because he showed me one of his favorite comedians who's also the voice of Sonic, by the way, in the new live action movie.
Okay.
He showed me like a blooper of like if they can mess up, then it's fine. They can mess up and it'll still be funny. So like I still worry about it from time to time, but at the same time, just like I just gotta focus on getting this out here, saying what I have to say, really enunciating my words, slowing down as I talk, because it really helps bring the people like to pay attention. And like you said, you have a very calm demeanor about yourself. Every time you talk, like people pay attention. Like they're more tuned in to how you're talking, to you and your message that you're trying to get across. And I think that's more important than than being scared or messing up your words.
Hmm.
So I think it's the tone of voice and the speed, how fast you talk,
Mm-hmm.
and like I witnessed you get up in front of like not hundreds of people, but like a group of people,
Oh yeah.
and just like talking and just very like you have this calm presence about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, damn, like if I was up there right now, I'd just probably be like kind of sweating. I probably need a towel, you know.
Yeah.
Probably like slur and bumble my words. But let's see what Alicia has to say.
Yeah.
It's a lifelong process.
Inheriting and dissenting norms, customs, and ideologies for me. I remember taking theater and I was able to express my inner self.
Oh, cool.
Also used the method of improv to
Yes,
sculpt the flow.
improv. So, me and Blanky, we want to do improv, and I think you kind of suggested I do improv like years ago.
Oh yeah.
And like me and Blanky were like, yeah, let's do some improv, or like it'll really help in my videos too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the guy that usually sets him up with all his puns.
I
He's
see.
very punny,
Yeah.
very punny.
Yeah.
I'll say something and then he'll think of something really quick and I'll just like say it. I'm just like, God damn it, I hate you. But I don't. It's just like the deliver. And I'm just like, how the heck do you come up with this stuff? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a like if you don't know Blanky, you know Alexander Para. He's one of Jasper's friends.
I think so. Does he wear glasses? There's only one person that's coming to mind. If not, then I've totally got it wrong.
No, you can look him up. Look him up on Facebook. Alexander Para. Parra. He's a SoundCloud rapper. He just came out with a new song called On Bones. Really nice and chill.
Hold up. Alexander Para. I either know his face or I don't. Blanky. I don't think I've ever... I might have randomly seen it, but his face does not ring a bell at all.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Okay.
that's all right. Well, he's a really cool guy. But
Okay.
yeah, yeah, we want to do improv, and we're thinking about just like doing we're not even paying for it, just doing it on the fly. Like when I have my camera out, it's like, hey,
Bro.
do something.
Can I share an inspiring video? It's like 3 minutes long. I'm gonna do it. Can I screen share with this?
Yeah, I think so.
Reforlio, improv school. Let's see. There was
Yeah,
something
you can
that-
screen share.
Okay. There was this video that I really love. It's like 3 minutes. I just gotta find it real quick. It has to do. Okay, so because she's talking about improv, I have a client that loves theater.
Yeah.
And her and like this person in particular, and then her just bringing it up again, just kind of like is inspiring me. I gotta take a note and just kind of leave it somewhere.
Mhm.
But you know, because of the work that I do, I love implementing things that are just
Yeah.
fun. Okay, let's see if I can do this. So if I screen share, oh, I can decide what screen to share.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh, because I have 3. So let's share. So if I share this, are you gonna see it?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna see it. Oh, what's going on?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to make the viewer. Oh God. Okay, let me. How do I go away? How do I stop this? How do I?
Hey, look, I'm on Matana's Facebook.
I'm trying to go back to this full Zoom call. Hold on, bear with me. I've never done this before. I want to go back.
And the thing was, like, I always wanted to do acting. So, like, you know, ever since I was like 18, and I wanted to start YouTube, and I think that's why, like, I finally started doing YouTube, was like I wanted to be like more of an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always felt like I could do entertaining stuff, you know.
No, I believe that. I feel like your personality suits that.
Thanks. Like I always do like physical comedy where I'm just like, well, fuck me, or I mean, sorry, I swear on this.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. And he's like, well, fuck me. And like I'll trip or something, and like I'll do it on purpose just to get like a good laugh or something. Or I'll twerk on a wall and I'll hurt my knee by accident.
Yeah.
Like there's like I always do something that'll be comedic. Like whether it's like I'm not really that much of a funny guy, but when I am, it's like one of those one-liners.
I got that. Yeah. I get it. I got you.
Yeah, yeah. And then physical comedy is more like my thing, where I'm just like, whoa.
I was gonna say that. So what I was gonna say way earlier in the conversation about when you were talking about your girlfriend and sort of comparing yourselves, you talked about how she was intelligent. I was like, well, there are different types of intelligences, and if right now, because your vocal ability or communication in that regard, at least when it comes to articulation, may not be your strength, but I know that your strength, like as an entity, like your energy and like I can feel the intent of like what you try to bring forth, and in some ways I could like feel like I don't know how to put it, because I'm sensitive to energy. Like your vocal ability may not be the strongest, but like your physicality and like that you put forth is just as strong. That, in my opinion, and like when it comes especially to being positive and kind of maintaining that, I think is more difficult to have than communication skills.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe like everyone's strengths are different, so I think that with you, like that's really strong, and I feel that way about someone.
Like my aura.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do feel like you have to fully, like, I mean, you say like you have social anxiety and all that kind of stuff. I can feel how that gets in the way.
Yeah.
Of like me fully feeling, maybe if you feel super grateful for something, or you want to show someone that you really care about them, or that like, good job for this thing. I think, I don't know, maybe you might second guess a little bit, or, you just feel awkward. I think once that is like kind of worked through, the person will like be able to feel you completely. That's yeah.
Yeah, like once I get more comfortable with like anybody, like they'll see the real me, and like I just gotta be more attentive to like a person, rather than being on my phone.
Yeah.
I feel like the phone, like being on our phones, kind of strays us from being like social, and like I did an experiment where I just didn't use my phone all day. I was more like, communicative with like my peers, with my friends, and it really helps. But then I started going back to my phone, and then that's where like being antisocial thing with me again.
Okay. I'm gonna read what she just said.
All right. Well,
but that was good.
Because
yeah.
the screen blowing up.
I'll just read it whenever I see it. But she said, "Did I hear that correctly? Twerk on a wall." Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I twerked on a wall. Like if you watch my video, actually, Sakori actually filmed me. One of my other vlogger friends, he recorded me twerking on the wall because we were dancing to Justin Bieber, like me and Peter Warren.
Oh yeah.
We were dancing to Justin Bieber, and I was like we just do it for the fun of it, because that's what we usually do. Like we just usually just dance for like do funny dances. And then I got so into it that I started twerking on the wall, and then like I hurt my knee while coming down. Yeah, there's a little snippet on one of my vlogs. I think it's like the last one.
Okay.
But it's always on my end screen.
Okay.
Outro screen. So you'll see that.
I could probably pull. I don't know if I'll be allowed to pull that up, but I could possibly. Okay. So you can see this video, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, hopefully. B school.
School. Okay.
And you can hear that. Can you hear the audio too, or no?
No, not right now.
I'm Minami
You paused
Yusi.
What about now?
No, you paused it.
So you can't hear like the music or her talking?
No.
I'm
Hold on, let me see if I can. I wonder if a Zoom call lets you video.
Put your mic against the speaker.
Because the stream can hear it,
Oh,
but
the stream can hear it?
the stream would be able to hear it. So if the Zoom call can't, I'm just trying to see how I would do that.
Let's see. Let me also check.
Oh, I think I know how. I think
Oh.
I'm gonna have to mute myself, kinda. If I switch it to what's happening? If I switch the audio settings from this microphone. No, that's not gonna work. That doesn't make any sense. Never mind. Same as system. What about now?
Minami Yusui. I'm a performer.
No, still can't.
Damn it. Okay. Switch it back, and then I'm just going to.
What? I can probably just watch it here. Let me pull it up on YouTube. I can follow through.
Oh, at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're so ghetto. Alright, what's what's it called?
What should I send it to you on?
You can send me on Facebook Messenger or something.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, Alicia, you ready? You ready for this, Alicia?
Yeah.
All right, let me know. You can count me down.
Count you down.
Yeah. She said improv. Every time someone says improv, I'm like, or theater, I'm like, this video, just because it makes me happy.
All right,
I
let's go.
stay
3,
ready.
2, 1.
I'm Minami Yusui. I'm a performer and a teacher. I had so many interests, and I didn't quite know how to put them together without
beautiful.
eliminating any
Yeah.
and make my own business. I juggle acting and performing with this U project, which I created. So U stands for You Are Unlimited. I've taught over 500 Japanese students who visited New York in the past 6 years. I'm trying to create an online program so it doesn't matter where I am or which show I'm doing and where, because I want to be able to get in touch with Japanese people whenever they want, and they don't have to wait till I come to Japan or they come to New York. So B School really helped me to, they gave me an idea that, oh, okay, I can connect with people by creating a program online and still share my passion through that. As someone who grew up in Japan not speaking English, I feel so fortunate to have my dream come true to become a performer on Broadway. And I wanted to find a way to give back and, using all the gifts and tools that I was given in New York and sharing my stories to inspire everybody. B School taught me to go after my big dream and also not be afraid to reach out to people, because I tend to do everything by myself. And by sharing and discussing and exchanging ideas with others, I've met some amazing collaborators, so I'm very thankful for that. We're hoping to bring awareness of the importance of performing arts in education, and hopefully convincing the Japanese government eventually to fund and introduce performing arts into the school system, which we don't have currently in Japan. That's my big dream. Top universities in Japan are now interested in working with me, and we are creating a course in their school curriculum using theater exercises to open their hearts and body and mind, and so they can really listen to their own hearts and get in touch with their own voices and find their own voices so they can actually find their passion and live a meaningful life. B School really helped me clarify my vision and how I want to approach my business and how I want to give back. And I'm very thankful for that, the clarification of my vision. If you are a multi-passionate person and wants to create a business that you love, this is a perfect place to be.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
s-
Okay.
Say.
Stop share. Okay. Back to normal. Yeah. Ambitious. Great.
All right. Are you ready? Turf on the wall. I've been ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, stay ready, so I don't have to ever get ready.
All right. Well, that was a good video. I guess acting really did help, and it's kind of like almost seemed like she was more interested in getting like the Japanese students to like really go to her school.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's open to everybody, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I can explain like, okay, might get into some business, might drop some business gems today for you. So B School is by like my favorite female public figure, Marie Forleo. She's a businesswoman, really established, one of the most well-known in the industry, and has done a lot for people. And so B School is just a modern business school that teaches you all the fundamentals from start to finish of just pretty much how to start and grow a business, but
Right.
doing it it's different in the sense that like she focuses primarily on like, it's not just about money, and a lot of people say that, but the thing is like, I signed up for it, and I went through the 2 bonuses that she offered, which were a lot of things, and then the first 2 modules, that's like 4 different things, and it really helps you get clear on whatever it is that you're trying to do, by asking you all the right questions and really just speaking to you in a way that a lot of people who might make courses or who whatever don't really speak to you in that way. So that's B School. It's an amazing thing.
Okay.
I'm not I'll get into that after. So like, you know, with her kind of just doing her profession and then already establishing her own thing with like Japanese students, because she has that vision of, you know, wanting to bring education or bring arts into the education system.
Yeah.
Like, it's smart that she is kind of in a niche, like she's focused.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of how you accelerate. Like, you have to know your audience, who you're talking to, and where you want to go, and who you want to serve, all that kind of stuff. And
Right.
so that's kind of the best way to like stand a chance in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
So you just gotta like reach out, and pretty much know who your audience is.
yeah. So, and this, I can like segue into my why my hiatus is happening, because it's kind of like lined up.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Okay.
Tell me that. What's going on, man?
All
What's going on
right.
with your hiatus? I just saw like a little like a clip.
Yeah. I didn't want to be extravagant. I just want to keep it short. Let's backtrack a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of fully update you on since the cafe conversation.
Yeah.
When was that?
I was like back in the summer, man.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Alicia's leaving, so I guess we'll see you later. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I have one more stream and then that's it for a while, but I really appreciate you stopping by consistently like you have. It's fun whenever we have you here. So
So like, is streaming like becoming too much for you? Is it becoming like a
no, I'll get to it. You know, I've made my vision board. I got serious about that in like December, after kind of just trying to sort through life as always. And I was like, yeah, I'll make 10K a month and da 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 da. And like, I believe it's possible. I know it's possible. It's just, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do it? And I made a list of all these different things. And I was like, cool, I feel good going into the new year. I'm also working on, and this is like not super public. I mean, I'm gonna say it here, but like, it's not gonna be a million people watching or anything, but like I want to revive and bring back Strive for Change, because I feel like that I'm like ready.
Yeah.
So that kind of started to happen in like the fall, and then we had this major meeting in January, late January, and I've learned so much, like just even going through the process of getting it all back together. I've learned a lot about how to better emotionally manage myself, being realistic, and having standards, like actually being firm and strong about the stuff that I believe in, and not bending over backwards to try to make something be that's not meant to be, when it comes to working with people. So I was like, oh wow, like I'm glad I have it in me. But that's because like I'm as old as I am. I'm gonna do this again, and I've learned from all of my past mistakes, and this is my standard. I can't play around. I'm like, when you think about you're trying to make this like your life, like it's not a hobby. It's like when you have that mindset, it's just different. So I had that first meeting. It was major. Learned a lot from that, and we have meetings once a month, and that's a project that is gonna take a while, but I'm learning a lot through it. Just like what prevents people from being the shit, or from making money, or from actually turning their whole dream into like an actual business. Like, and the more that I study and the more that I work on myself and I'm consistent and stuff, I look at everyone else and I'm like, a lot of people aren't necessarily built in that way. People have drive and they know what their focus is, but a lot of people don't really know, like you don't really understand like what it really takes. It's not impossible, it's really not. It's just there's a lot of consistency, but you have to be willing to like kind of flip your life upside down a little bit here and there. If you're kind of just always doing the same thing, and for my peers, it's always training or focusing on the craft so much, but like production is not there. Like there's no content, there's no storytelling, there's no efforts for marketing, there's not even understanding copy, and there are reasons for that, right? So then also being a coach, like since last fall, I was like, we can't even get to the fun parts yet, because everyone has mental blockages and they're stuck in patterns that prevent them from being consistent with content, or coming up with a solid idea, or taking the time to learn a good structure, and just going through that. Also like around February, I started to get a little torn because so with the coaching stuff, I kind of sort of forgot about this. It's kind of like I'm in beta right now still, because I was just like, who wants to do this? And then it's a job, like it's paying, and then like the clientele just started to decline, and it's not. And so for one person, it was primarily just money, so it didn't have anything to do with me. But then for other people, it was. There's a few of them. Money I'd say is part of the half the reason for some of the clients. The other half of the reason would just be a good thing, where clients feel good, like they're like, I'm set, like they've accomplished the goal that I've like my goal for people, so it's like clear, is to give people a set, like an inner compass, like to not to give them it, but like to be able to trust their intuition, pretty much, to find it and then to trust it, and then be able to navigate their own path instead of always looking for answers and not really knowing. Because I found that once you kind of have an internal compass, like you're pretty much set when it comes to like direction. You might need support here and there, but in terms of direction, like you're fine. You don't need to be told what to do. You don't need to be suggested anything. Like you kind of understand now. And so I was able to accomplish that for a handful of my clients. And so, if that's already set and they feel like, yo, I'm good, then I've done my job, right? So then around like late December into January, February, the finance for me started to decline. And that's okay, because I didn't plan to, like I wasn't marketing myself, I wasn't doing anything. I just wanted to concentrate on who I had and see what I could learn and what I could offer. So then as that started to pick up, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm not really making any money and all that stuff. So I'm kind of like back to a corner, and then like I'm trying to work with my team to try to manifest their careers and stuff. and explaining to them like, hey man, like, or hey everyone, like, there's a difference between myself and all of you guys right now. Like, the difference between my position and your guys' position is that you guys can keep floating on by doing the same shit and be okay. I was like, I can't do that. I was like, I either get a job, focus on my career more, or I bet on you guys. I was like, those are my options right now. And I was like, if y'all are serious about this and you think we can make money like by X amount of time, I was like, then I need you guys to understand how much of a risk I'm taking, because I decided to bet on them, right? And then in doing something like that, it's like, yeah, people have mental blockages. People aren't wired to change their life in specific areas.
Yeah.
Even if like you're there for them, like they need you to be there for them more. And it's like, I'm okay with that. It's just with where I'm at financially, like that's a whole lot of whatever. Like that's tough, right? So I started to kind of get anxiety about which direction to go. I was like, am I gonna double down on coaching? Because it's totally possible to do that, but I have reasons for not doing that, because a part of me doesn't feel confident enough to kind of go all in yet. And then I was like, am I gonna get a job and then lose all this time, but which is okay, just so I can like have enough to pay my bills, and then whatever time I have left, devote it to these two things? Or am I gonna go ham and try to get my clients and my team clients? So yeah, I was torn. And then I was listening to Marie Forleo and just kind of anticipating B school, because she has like a 2-week enrollment period. And I was like, am I gonna go? So I was just checking out her some of her offers before going to the school, where she tries to kind of reel you in. And I'm like listening to her, and I was like, I think I've already convinced myself that I want to go. And so I decided to go. And then just, dealing with like a particular client of mine, a talent, I'll just call them talent, a talent, where they wanted me to do X, Y, and Z for them. And like they had this plan because they're getting mentored by somebody and whatever. And like that just didn't feel good, because even though they were pumped about what they were doing, I just didn't feel good about it. No fault to their own, but just, again, it's my livelihood. So yeah, that was conflicting for like that. I didn't feel good about that for like 2 weeks. I was just torn and just continuing to consume information and try to balance stuff, without having a clear direction just yet. And B school opened up. I started just learning. I kind of zened myself out. I was like, okay, I just need to, kind of take it a day at a time. And as I started going to the program, I started changing. I was like, what the program does to you, and like, they didn't even drop the actual modules yet. They dropped 2 bonus trainings. One of them it's called Start the Right Business, and the other one is called the Follow Through Formula. So starting the right business obviously is self-explanatory. The follow through formula is like a method that she uses to make sure that whatever you set as a goal gets done. Right. Just those 2 things started to make me look at everything that I was doing in terms of like career and content. So I kept restructuring, changing ideas, and I was like, okay, am I just gonna concentrate on this? Am I gonna throw this away? Whatever. Yeah. And then the first module came out. I went through that, and then I was like, oh shit. So basically, I skipped a lot of stuff, but like after the first module came out and I went through like half of it, I was like, I'm gonna quit B school. Now here's why. B school is great. It's something I highly recommend. But it helped me get so much clarity that it helped me see that I shouldn't go to B school yet. That I instead should go for my I want to go for a certification in nutrition. And I emailed them about that, but you have to complete the coursework first and then send it to them and just be like, hey, like, I'd like a refund and to unenroll. So now I'm gonna be at an institution. It's online to just study and get my certification. And that, as I was finishing module 2 and I was at the end, and I sort of already made up my mind. I was like, I'm gonna quit this thing and I'm gonna do this thing. And mind you, when the year started, I fixed my schedule like 6 times. So I did it over and over because I was like, okay, this is it. A few weeks later, this is it. A few days later, this is it, right? And so once I finished the program, I decided on the nutrition thing, and I was like, fuck everything else. Now, before I said fuck everything else, fast forward or rewind a few days ago, I was like, I'm going to go to this other site and study mental health stuff for free, and then pay little amounts of money for certifications, read this book and try to finish it as quickly as I can, spend a whole day for content creation, spend a whole day for marketing, and then a whole day for like B school. So I was gonna like balance stuff on days, because first I was doing patterns where it's like, I'll do this at a chunk of time and this at a chunk of time per day. Then I was like, fuck that, I don't think that's gonna work for me. So then I tried to just dedicate days.
Right.
And I came to that because of I was listening to someone about flow, and I was like, you know what, you're right. I operate way better when I'm an all-in kind of person, so I like doing that better. But then shortly after that, I was like, you know what, I should just get my certification as quickly as I can and just not do anything. And it's like, it's emotional because I like my ideas. I don't think they're bad ideas. I just know, I also know intellectually that they're not the smartest ideas to pour my time into just yet. So that's what B School really helped me do, because they kind of force you, because you're trying to build a business. So they're like, you know, what kind of business you're trying to build? They ask you all these questions, and then it's like, what is the most like important components, and like what idea is the one that's going to be most profitable financially, but also like emotionally and spiritually, like the thing that you can see yourself doing, like is a good idea and the most important thing to do. So it just helps you eliminate. It shows you that like, unless you're willing to do that, you're gonna take a long time to get there. So I was like, my real talks, my trust the process podcast, my affirmation text, my videos that I was gonna do, dancing, all that. I was like, once I kind of like sat within me for a little bit, and I made the decision on the nutrition school. It was a lot easier after the B school and certification thing, that decision, to just drop everything, because I'm focused on like, what is long term and what am I trying to do next first, instead of dropping all sorts of different content. And it's like, it's good stuff, but it's not where I should be focusing my energy right now. So that, hence the hiatus, hence the, you know, fuck social media for now. Like I'm really creative and like a helpful person, and I love to share. And this stuff is so natural for me, but I just need to sit and study and become like a totally different level of knowledge person, and then come back and just do it right, and like do it in the most mature way. It's like, I know all these things, but I just got to take a step back. Another major one, and I'm gonna come back with a certification. I might do like a sort of party, I might do like streams, I might have videos lined up and like a strategy in place, a website that actually works and does all the things it needs to do because of all the education I've obtained. And it's like, instead of constantly all over the place,
I don't want to have too much on your plate, because then it'll drive you hectic. You don't know what to focus on, and like, even though you know like what to do, like for me, like I have a lot of things on my plate too, but I would just like, I'll just jot it down in my notepad and just like leave it there for until like I'm ready to come back to it. But yeah, what you're saying, like I believe like what you're doing right now, like where like you're headed to is it's a good path that you're going down. Especially when you want to like educate yourself or go to school or to become a nutritionist. And then, hey, I mean, I can go to you for advice too, because I need nutritional like help, pretty much.
That's funny.
But yeah, like you're balancing SFC, you know, the dancing scene, you know, your talk, your podcast.
Some mad shit.
Yeah, like there's so much on your plate, man. Like you gotta take a step back and be like, all right, what do I need to focus now? What do I need to do? Like what do I see myself focusing on that'll benefit me the most?
Yeah, pretty much.
And I mean, your podcast is pretty nice too. Like I enjoy it. But let's see what else. And everyone, I feel like you've done so much in the dancing scene already. Like, you become synonymous to it. Whereas, like, whenever some people talk, like, whenever somebody talks about like the dancing scene in Lowell, I feel like you always pop up in my head. Like, I mean, not to say like
Yeah.
whatever you pop up in my head because you know, oh, Katana. but it's like how it's related to you in a certain way. And I think that's pretty awesome that you have like such a good impact on you know, in the community, that you work so hard to make better. Especially since like you're so passionate about like dancing. And like I said, like when we were younger and you had your own group and I had my own group, then like our group wanted to like we're in talks of collaborating.
Yeah.
And I was one of them that I was like, nah, man. I just want to like be more focused on my team.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we tried it out. We went to what you call it? Was it Tet?
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
I came back. Yeah.
But we didn't really do anything. We just like kind of acted.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like acted a Mortal Kombat death scene. It was hilarious.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
But yeah, ever since then, I was like more open to like collaborating, and then like from then on, like I just kept thinking like, hey, like, you know, collaborating is better than being so close-minded. Just because like you can see what other people are doing, like how they work, how you guys process, and then how you guys like work together on making choreo. And then I'll look at my team. I'm just like, we're just goofballs. But like when it came down to like practicing and like coming up with choreo, like we all like put in like our 2 cents, whether it be like our own piece or somebody else's piece, because you know we're a team and we need you know, everyone's help because we're all performing. You know, but yeah, I see where you're going with. You want to focus on school. You know, I agree with what you're doing. Taking a hiatus, especially to really like clear your head on what you want to do. That's what I did too. Like, I took a month off from vlogging in December, and then I went back. It really opened my eyes to what I really wanted to do, and I really want to be like somewhat of an entertainer. So I'm willing to put in the work and put in the effort, and you know, building my channel. So what I want to do, and I kept saying, man, I always wanted to do this ever since YouTube was in its infancy. Like ever since Higa, ever since Timothy Del Ghetto.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, like I think I can do this for the East Coast, you know? Because you know they're all the way in the West Coast. I'm just like, you don't see any many Asian influencers like on the East Coast. So that's what I wanted to be. And I mean, granted, it was like it's 12 years too late, but I'm 30 now, and I'm trying to make it work. So it's never too late to do anything.
Yeah, of course.
So, like
100%.
for you, like it's never too late to go back and really backtrack. Well, take a like backtrack where like your steps, and then go from there after you completed something else. You know, it's like a side quest.
Yeah.
You gotta focus on the main quest. You know?
Yeah, of course. I agree with that.
Like what you want to do is something that should benefit you in the long run. So I think it's good, man. You're doing this really good.
Thank you. I was probably gonna get into the entertainment thing with you. I'm gonna pee real quick though. I mean, I was talking about all that stuff that I was gonna get into and whatnot. That's the dream, to do all that full time and give back and do all sorts of fun stuff like that.
Right.
So when you say entertainer, what do you think? What comes to mind first? Like, what's top? Like, if you could be that right now, Like, what would it be?
It would probably be more comedic roles first, like break out into like a comedic role.
Okay.
Probably like probably like comedic action,
Okay.
action comedy, Yeah,
Action comedy.
yeah, because I like doing like physical work. I like, going out there, acting like I was an action star. Like when I was younger, especially, when Mortal Kombat came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and my brother used to practice on like, we'll do like stupid moves, like Hadouken, and like get over here and the freeze move, all this stuff.
Mm.
And, like we would act it out. We would act it out at the YMCA. Like it was, we used to go to like an after school program or like at the YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would. There was a time that they had like a segment or like a part of the day where we played like charades.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my brother, we did like Mortal Kombat moves. Like I did Sub-Zero's freeze, and then like my brother did like the get over here,
Mm-hmm.
and like people didn't get it, and so I was like, man, like I really like. It would be nice if it came out, like if there was like edits, stuff like that.
I see.
But yeah, I always saw myself doing like an action movie or like a comedic, like action comedy.
Hmm.
It's so hard now for Asian guys
Mm-hmm.
to land something in like Hollywood. There's so much competition, and like I believe the Asian guys don't have that masculinity,
Mm-hmm.
like many Asian guys who want to pursue like acting.
Mm-hmm.
America, Hollywood wants to see like fucking Chris Hemsworth, that status right there. Leonardo DiCaprio, like anybody who's like over 6 feet,
Mm-hmm.
like me, like I can never be like a main action star, or like a main actor, or like the star of the movie, It's always gonna be a support character, a supporting role, or not even a supporting role, just more like an extra, to be honest.
Mm.
But I know you can't have that mindset because you got to fight for it.
Yeah.
And, we've slowly been seeing more Asian American or Asians
Mm-hmm.
making it into Hollywood. Like I think the last person, that Crazy Rich Asians guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even though he's like halfway, half Asian, like he's still considered Asian,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like in my eyes at least.
Mm-hmm.
But for Asian women, so it's more easier.
Yeah.
It's easier for them to like land a gig, or like a supporting role, or
That's very. Actually, that's true. I haven't thought hard about that, but that's true.
yeah, what?
No, I said I haven't thought about that, but that's true.
Yeah. So like that's why like a lot of Asian Americans become discouraged about like pursuing acting, because it's a road paved in disappointment, tears, and broken souls.
Well,
You have to have like a really like a thick skin. You have to have thick skin in order to make it. Because if you have thin skin and you get you break down every time like you fail an audition or anything, I feel like you're not gonna make it.
yeah. So, I mean, shoot, that is an ambition, and that's a really ambitious ambition. So that's
In my latest vlog,
Yeah.
I just made it yesterday actually, but so I try my acting chops by being kind of like serious and dramatic
Yeah.
with my friend, because I pranked him. I took his car and I drove it somewhere, and then like I was pretending like I didn't know where it was. I was like, "Where the hell's your car?" dude, where's your car?
Mm-hmm.
And like everyone thought I was serious. And then like the next scene, I just put like the Oscar awards, and then like you just see my face is like it was covering up Christian Bale's face.
Oh. Okay.
It was when he won the best supporting role
Mm-hmm.
the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that and I pasted my face on top of Christian Bale's,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was waiting for Reese Witherspoon to say like the award goes to Christian, and then like I would like voice over my last name,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. Sorry, I was just overhearing conversation, but yeah, it would just be like a voiceover, just me like yelling out my last name. A lot of people thought it was funny, so if you want
Oh shit.
to watch it.
I'm gonna watch some of the
Hello?
latest. Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I thought you might know that.
grass is greener. It's very difficult for your. I might have to type your name.
But
Okay, there you go. I see you. Gonna put that in my notes.
and like another thing of why I wanted to be an entertainer, like growing up, like that's why like I was dancing because I wanted to be an entertainer. Like I just liked the fact that I was, you know, like people were watching me. They were watching me and like the people I was with.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were all like we were front and center of like the stage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like it felt really good. Like before going up on stage and before performing, you always have those jitters, those last minute jitters, where you're just like overthinking about everything. Like, are we gonna do good? How like am I gonna mess up? You know.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you get on stage, all that goes away. Like,
Yeah.
You know how it is, right?
Yeah, of course.
All those fears, all those concerns, they go away, and like you're just like killing it. Like everything that you practice for, just throw it out on the stage. Like really show the crowd what you've been working on, and like give zero fucks. Even if you fuck up, just like keep going. That's why I keep telling Kevin.
Yeah. He's been doing better. I saw him today.
Yeah, he's really good. Like he's a really good freestyler. That's for sure. I give him that. Really great freestyle. You, Kevin, are a really great freestyler.
I'm gonna tag him.
If you ever watch this, I applaud you.
Kevin. Oh, Kevin gets a shout out. Let's see if there's a time. A shout out. There has to be a time somewhere. Oh, Kevin gets a shout out.
Shout out to our old crews, man. Just like like Charlie, Peter, Adam, or Ian, as he likes to be called.
Yeah.
Kevin, Sakori, and then we got your crew. Like what was it? I know Cullen was in it.
Yeah.
I know Billy was in it.
Oh my
Billy,
god.
Yeah. You, man, we gotta give it up to you too, man.
Mad people.
Yeah, there's so many people. So many.
That's so funny. Everyone's an adult.
Yeah, we're 18. Oh no, 19. Well, I was like 21 at the time.
Yeah, we were all young.
And you guys were like,
adults.
you guys were really young. You guys were like 18. You guys like started.
Yeah, it was good times. It's one of those things. It's like it was a long time ago, but it also kind of feels like it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just like I remember back in like it was just yesterday. Like I just remembered like
That was good
it
times.
felt like it was just yesterday, where like me, Sakori, and Peter were dancing in front of my mirror, like in my old apartment, like my mom's house. We were just like dancing for like a talent show for our workplace at Chuck E. Cheese, and dude, it was fucking hilarious. Like I missed that. I missed that bond that we had, and then we met up with Charlie and Kevin, and then we just oh, and Adam, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we just kicked it, and then hit it off from there.
That's so cool.
Now they're all branched out into doing what they want to do, and I applaud them for that. I respect them. They will always be my brothers, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's funny. It's funny because like we all came together, and now we're all doing our separate things. Peter's like sponsored by like some car company.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. Charlie, he's teaching his own classes. Like he's a teacher and he does Uber. And then you got Kevin working on himself, being a great freestyler and putting the effort in learning different styles of dance. And then you got Aiden, he's a DJ now.
DJ, right? Yeah.
He's a dubstep DJ, which is amazing because like I go to support him. I always support him. I show him some love, and he's really good. He's really evolved. Like his music is good. Like if you're into that scene. And then there's me and Sakori. Sakori's a vlogger as well. He's a Twitch streamer. Me, who's just a vlogger. More focused on that than anything else. Because
awesome.
I'm trying to. I'm like really trying to make it. Like I just got my 200 subscriber today.
Yeah.
And
I see.
I feel so happy. I feel so happy.
Congrats.
Yeah. Like even though it's just 200, like it's still a milestone to me. Because I remember when I was like struggling for subscribers when I was like at 49 subscribers. Now here I am, almost a year, 200 subscribers.
That's cute.
Now, let's hit this other milestone, 300.
I'm just looking through the thumbnails and all that, and titles. What are you using for photo editing software?
Oh, for editing?
Yeah.
My editing software? It's Adobe Premiere Pro.
Okay.
Yeah, I use that because I don't own an iMac. I mean, an iBook Pro. iMac Pro. MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, hold on. MacBook Pro. Yeah, I don't own that. I wish I did. It's expensive.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is cool.
like an app, like and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the main reason why.
Damn, I forgot what was going on in my head, but as I was going through B school and I hit you up about the homeless thing, I have the same feeling about like a lot of things where it's like, I just have to do it. Like I felt that way about stocks. I was like, I'm just gonna put money in the stock market just to do it, right? Just like a lot of other things. And I wanna, act on this project that I've, thought of for a while. And B school in the beginning, they make you very early.
It's still going off. It's still crackling now.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. What? Those things, it's like, it was a long time ago, but it also kind of feels like it wasn't. Wait, what?
Yeah, like it was fine before. And then when you started talking.
I don't know what to do. On the stream, it sounds fine. What the fuck?
On the stream?
Yeah, I think it sounds fine on the stream.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess just keep going, because I can make out what you're saying. It's just that like I just hear like interference on my end.
That's shitty. Hold on. No? Yes, no?
Nah, it's still cracking, but hey, let's just continue this.
Hold on,
Yeah, you try to put more money in the stock market. I just recently did that too.
Hold on. I'm gonna switch. So I can still use the same mic for the stream, but I'll probably use a different mic for you. So let's see if that works. How do I sound now?
Yeah, you sound good.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm using the mic on my camera for you, but they should be able to hear the mic for the actual stream.
All right, that's cool.
Just get a head? Why is this guy saying just get a house head? What do you mean a house head? Flippin' Sandman. Okay, so the homeless thing, right? Yeah, I just want to start sooner rather than later, like just to talk about it, how often we have to meet about something, construct the concept, or maybe there's so many different ways to go about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what since then, like, have you thought about like stuff and ideas, or
Like, I thought about taking maybe like some homeless people, really, or just one. We can start with just one first. Really clean them up, if they want. Like, this is all like out of consent.
Yep.
So we'll like pitch our idea, like what we want to do, and if they comply, we can go ahead with the process of getting them cleaned up. That means like getting a place to stay. We can fund that for them. Cleaning them up by like giving them a haircut, because my mom does hairdressing, so I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind helping me on this project. Really giving them something to eat, taking care of them, like, and they're really trying to push them to find a job, or like if they want like to make their lives better. So even at McDonald's, like,
yeah, just
as long as they get something,
yeah.
like, there's many people out there. There's so many people out there that doesn't have that opportunity at all. So here we are, like, we want to provide that opportunity for them, and not have them like it's also a stigma of like what people like they see like homeless people as like the media doesn't do justice for them. They always make them look like they're crazy. And ever since I went to, well, I've always known this, but like ever since I went to like a homeless shelter, I got to see how they are. They're normal human beings, and that's where like people get like misconstrued that like oh, they just want money because they're homeless because they're on drugs, or they just don't want to do anything with their lives. That's not true. It's like that's unfortunate circumstances. One of my friends actually, who I went to school with in high school, he came out to me while I was in the homeless shelter, like volunteering, and out of all the days, like he was there. So he came up to me and he was like, "Hey Christian, hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Whoa, you came out to me like while I was in the you're here? Like, I wasn't expecting you at all. Like, what happened?" Like, "Oh yeah, like me and my dad, or me and my family didn't get along and they kicked me out, and then I was living at well, he was living at one of our mutual friends' house too, and then they decided that he needed to go, so he got kicked out and he had no place to stay, so that was the only place that took him, which is the homeless shelter. And that's when I realized, like, hey, unfortunate circumstances, like, these people aren't crazy. They're not crazy at all. They're just human beings. They're just regular human beings that fall under, that have like misfortune. unfortunate.
So I've yet to go to a home. Yeah, I haven't been to a homeless shelter. I walked into a soup kitchen once. So what else? And fuck, what was I gonna say? I basically don't have like knowledge of like the things that are in place to help people. Like I know in Lowell there's like a transitional home for people or something. So I did want to look. I don't know how much you know, but I wanted to look at the resources like food pantries and all that kind of stuff that's available so that I have a firm understanding, kind of just like, you know, education. So when we do make like content and like try to help somebody, that we have a better idea of what is available versus being like, oh, we don't see anything happening, right? So, and if, you know, someone who needs access to that, or maybe someone from there has access, but say like they're mentally broken and they're not in a place where the program is like helping, or like we can just interview them, like, you know, what's it like, and like, do you see yourself getting out of here soon or whatever? And if that's not the case, it's like, okay, well, what do you need? You know, it's like we could, I don't know if we end up like getting in touch with these organizations and businesses instead, or if we're just gonna stick to the plan of focusing on one person, which I still want to do that for sure, but I also just want to learn what's available. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about that, but
yeah, no, I totally agree. That's what we gotta do too, is just you know, interviewing them, see if they're, you know, mentally right.
Yeah, of course.
And then if they really want it, then we can help provide that for them at least. You know? So I just think it's all about the willpower and the effort and the planning that we need to do, and for them as well. So we just gotta like go around asking. Well, we gotta go to the homeless shelter, really ask the administrator like what we can do to like help to get them out of here, pretty much, and see what we can do, like to come up with a plan and like, how to execute it like properly, where we're not forcefully like doing this against their will, like, you know, like where it seems like we're doing this against their will. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that we're doing. But you know, like how social media is nowadays, like they can twist like anything. Like if like we help, like say for instance, like we help like a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And then somebody would probably say like, oh, they're helping a homeless guy because they see that he can't do it on his own or something like that.
I think I'm not too worried about like, I can't imagine backlash really.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything.
I think once the whole process is like finished and we kind of, because I can see like a long form mini documentary style type thing with like maybe extended interviews if people really want to like know the person's story, and then like a really short version that people are just kind of probably stop and watch on Facebook for a few minutes.
Yeah, condensed video.
So I could see that happening. But the crazy thing too, I mean, we could think about this another time, I guess, but like I can't imagine what would happen if like it got big and then there were expectations of us to kind of like scale, because with views and numbers, it's also like, oh, it's like business or something, and like, what are we gonna do now that there's a platform and this and this and that, and we could accidentally build a business that we may not necessarily want to.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it.
I've thought about that just a little bit.
Yeah. And, like, people will, yeah, like as I was going, like, I'll go back to like how social media will misconstrue everything. Like, you know how we're doing this project, right? We want to like show the world that, you know, homeless people are human beings. Like, there are people probably will say, or the media would be like, oh, they're just doing this for the views. They're just doing this because, like, oh, there's a camera there. If there was no camera there, would they do it? You know? And I think that also falls under like your concerns as well. Like saying that if, you know, we did this, like, are we going to continue doing this for like other people too?
Yeah.
Like even when there's no camera involved or like no like concrete plan.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's where like my concerns are as well. Where if we do this, it's only gonna be a one-time thing, or it could be, you know, like if we're up to it, if like we feel like spiritually like full off of it, then we're just gonna
That's true.
put our hands up, like, or do we want this?
Yeah.
Like,
Um,
points.
I think that in my head, like the next step where I would go is like as a individual, as an operator of things and someone who likes to create a lot of different stuff, I like the concept that we're gonna go after, and I'd love for it to catch on, and if it can become something that I think it should exist as a business movement, maybe. Like I don't care if it like doesn't sustain itself over time. I don't know. I think that as long as the conversation changes and people like are different, they're like, oh, I could take a homeless person in and like kind of figure this out.
Yep.
And obviously like within our own video, like we have to give disclaimers and the whole process so that people don't run around just like taking in homeless people, and then like there can be cases and shit, you know what I mean? That's like worst case scenario. It's like these guys inspired me, and then they're so naive to just take in a random hobo or someone pretends to be, right? It's like all this random stuff that could happen. So I think I'd be interested in the idea of building something that can sustain itself. I don't know if I would want to like, I don't know how much of my time consistently I would want to do that for.
Yeah.
Like I'd be, it's kind of like the convention where it's like, oh, it happens once a year and I spend about this much time, but eventually I just want to kind of be like, let me focus on the theme and like selecting the teachers, but like you can be the MC, you could do this, you do that, and I'm like done, right? I don't care to be heavily involved. I just want to make sure that this thing exists and that it was my taste and my vision that made this happen to begin with. So like at least I'll keep that part, and then maybe if I start mentoring enough people and they get the vibe, like they understand, I can completely trust them to be like, well, I don't really want to run this anymore, but if I might teach once in a while or just come speak on a panel, but like I'm no longer like the facilitator of any kind, right?
Right.
So I feel that way about like a lot of projects, because I like, for in my head, I've probably said this to you at the cafe, I like to build stuff that I think are meaningful, and then if it could stand on its own because someone else wants to come in and do the operations, or it's a team of people, like, wow, this is finally like an amazing homeless project, and maybe the schools start getting involved and all this kind of stuff, and it's like I would be there to make sure that in the early stages to kind of build culture so that it doesn't lose its identity of how you and I would build it. It's like, yo, this works, this is authentic, you know, this is coming from the heart, and this is the vibe. So then we would basically bring people in too until that culture is like clear, where I feel like we could start backing off. But time-wise, I don't even know how much time that would take from us in terms of like how to do that.
Yeah, like we want people to, like, if we continue to do this, and if it becomes successful, like we want people to carry out our vision. Like we want to teach people, like, hey, this is how we would do things. And if you see like a flaw in that, then you can. And if we agree on like what you're doing could benefit like the vision pretty much, then by all means just go for it. But as long as like it fits under our criteria of what we want, you know, because we were the ones that would start it, and then we would hand it off to like, you know, other people. But we would probably be like overseers over it. Like we would like watch the date, like the operation of how everything would be. And, yeah, go from there and hope for the best for everybody.
Yeah, I can see that happening. And then at the very least, just again, inspiring other people to do it on their own time, you know. But yeah, I think it's realistic.
Yeah, like we can always put this, like you said, like we can put a disclaimer of what to expect, and we can also add in there like, hey, this may be a one-time thing. Like we just want to put this out there and like show the world that we that like anybody can get through anything in life, like even though they've hit rock bottom per se, like they can climb back to like become something they want to be, or something they can achieve something that they want to achieve. And this is where we would start them off. You know, we would be their cane until they're ready to like walk on their own. You know?
This is kind of, now I'm kind of just like imagining situations and paths, right? Do you think if, because if we kind of get into like the aspect of like it potentially being a business of sorts, oh god, I'm forgetting. It could kind of stand as its own thing, and probably can even turn into like a nonprofit or something, which would be really dope. And you know, that's a great opportunity. And or if it's not that, right? Because it's also an opportunity for you and myself. It, you know, opens up doors for different things for our individual ventures, and then also like as a team to just do. It's either we could kind of like focus in that lane for some time to kind of make it mature and then move on to something else, because it would for real it would like allow us some freedom, because of, you know, people would probably start asking us to, I don't know, like the LOL related stuff, people will probably cover that, and maybe, I don't know how big something can get, but people might ask us to be a part of certain things, or to come speak somewhere, and it's like ad revenue, and then it's like we could pitch stuff to an audience, whether that's like, if it's like crowdfunding, right? If people want to fund something, if they want to donate to the cause, and that's something that opens up opportunities where it could just be its own thing completely. Or if it turns instead into, because if we do it as a one-off project, right, to inspire people, and if we were to be intentional about like, you know, you introduce yourself, I introduce myself, like, you know, we're kind of just two people that have dreams of X, Y, and Z, but we have philanthropic
views,
right? So like, yeah, and it might not just like, we could kind of outreach beyond homelessness and like kids and like broken communities and like all that kind of stuff, where like that's a dream for me in my field and what I'm trying to do in a way, where I just want to be able to have the flexibility as like a nutritional health coach and speaker to just go places and like to help, and then to document those things, make it exciting for people to consume, and then that, you know, gains traction and all that kind of stuff, and that opens up more doorways and trust between myself and my audience to be like, you know, he's a really good guy, he's using a lot of the money that he's getting to create these little programs, or he's bringing in artists to inspire these people or to teach them how to do things, or whatever it is, like to run around and be a philanthropic guy, kind of like a more extreme version of like Mr. Beast, kind of like he makes entertaining content, but he obviously gives back a lot, you know, in his style. My style would be different. I want people to see the action, and also like to see how people respond to stuff, and the fun and the art and the emotions that kind of come with the philanthropic stuff, not just like we built bajillion schools, but then like you don't see footage, you don't see interactions with the kids, you don't hear words from their mouth, I want to capture those things, and create stuff with them, right? Like that's like dreams of mine that I really want to kind of do, and then, you know, check in on people here and there. Maybe if someone in a community starts to do really well for themselves, and it's like, you know, a few years ago we helped this person, you know, with the help of you guys, because we've been able to travel and do this thing, you know, we provided them with either books or like internet access or something, and then they started making their own blog, and now they're only 15 years old and they do their own thing, and it's like really amazing. So like it could turn into that, where it becomes a brand of ours, and that is a project, and it's not necessarily an obligation to keep doing it, but instead like this is what we can do, like because we have it in our hearts to do stuff like this.
I agree.
I was like, I don't know how you, because like again, that's like two different paths.
Two. I totally agree with what you're thinking about. And you know, I also want to help. Like, I also want to help my community. That's why, like, I want to volunteer as much as possible. And like every opportunity I get, like, I'll volunteer. Like, and like you said, if we become well known, like people are gonna reach out to us, like to like, I don't know, not host their event,
Yeah.
but like, you know, contribute or like be part of the event somehow, you know. Like for me, like
I think I saw what you're about to talk about.
the MC thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I'd never done MCing before, and like because like people like my energy of like my videos and stuff like that. You know, she reached out to me. Joan, she reached out to me. Who's part of the committee, my committee. So she like reached out to me. She's like, hey, do you want to become like an MC? And I was like, at first I was hesitant.
Yeah.
Because I was very like, I don't know how it's gonna be. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna be, like with my social anxiety especially.
Yeah.
But I feel like in order to get out of my shell, I have to do something that scares me.
Yeah.
Like, really allow myself to be out in the open and really like get used to the atmosphere, especially since I'm a vlogger and I'm trying to be an entertainer, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to be a YouTuber and whatnot. So I feel like it'll be great for me as a learning tool, and really like put myself out there and help me grow.
Yeah, after, you know, knowing that you have social anxiety, it just kind of makes that a bigger deal for you, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And like the whole speaking thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
yeah,
respect, man, yeah.
Yeah, definitely gotta move my mouth more. But yeah, yeah, I agree with you on like, you know, helping kids in our community with broken homes. Like it's something that I wanted to like help as well. Like I just wanted to help. I just wanted to see how like this homeless project would
play out.
go about.
Yeah.
And then go off of like what I can do to help other people, because I love to help people. And I mean I also was thinking about joining the Peace Corps, but then I was like, nah. Because like I have my duties here. Like I want to help my community first before I help other people.
Yeah.
And I think helping like our community is it should be a priority, because like growing up in Lowell wasn't the best. It's slowly getting there, but it could be more. You know, it could be more than how it is now. Granted, UMass Lowell is buying pretty much everything. And really like push it, like they're inflating the prices of rent and like inflating the prices of being in Lowell actually. So it kind of weeds out like all the low class like families out there. So but we also want to help them. You know, we want to help those like unfortunate people that, you know, are like they don't know where else to go. And people with broken families usually start off with families that are in poverty. Not poverty, but like struggling.
Yeah.
That's the right way to say that.
Damn, man. Well, I feel that. I think, honestly, I'm like thinking about my friend group. Aside from like expressive movement as a whole, which stems from Jeff, but I think obviously the e-board, they're getting better with like partnering and doing stuff. I mean, aside from like that and like you, I'm not as aware of of like charitable stuff and like volunteer stuff, like people, when it comes to people, like I don't know whose people's heads are in that, but I'd like to be aware of those people that like want to make it a part of their lifestyle, not just like it's one thing to kind of just do it here and there, but I think when it's part of your lifestyle, it's kind of different, kind of having a vision of like how to do more, how to do it better, more efficient, or searching for like the best volunteer program that they could find or something. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, ultimately we just see how it goes. I think my mind just kind of like wandered into those things. It hasn't before, but just, because to also see where your mind might have wandered when it came to thinking about the homeless stuff.
Yeah. Like I have other like my mind is not solely on like the homeless project, but obviously it's still there and I still want to help. And like once we dive into this, like I'll be fully in. It'll be like my top priority, and obviously gonna vlog it. Obviously, just to have to put it out there and like have people more aware of what's going on. Because like the homeless population is going up actually. So, oh,
I didn't know that.
I guess it always scares me. Yeah, the homeless rate is going up. Yeah. So definitely want to help out as much as possible, and then we will stem from there. We'll branch off to doing other things.
Yeah.
And I think one of my videos, one of my video ideas is that I wanted to, live like a homeless person.
Live like a homeless person? Okay.
Yeah, live like a homeless person for one day. And then see how that goes, and then pretty much maybe like gradually increase that amount of like days. Not saying that I want to be a homeless person, but like I want to experience that like what they go through,
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't have I thought about that? I don't think so. I don't think I've entertained the idea enough. But yeah, I could just imagine that being like rough, like experimenting to be homeless when you're not actually homeless, but then I just imagine like being treated a certain way. And yeah, I just think about that.
Just vlog that life, I guess. And really like have people aware of like it's tough, man. It's tough. It could be tough, man. I'm not saying, I'm not assuming things, but I'm just saying like it could be tough. Like living on the streets like with nothing, and who knows, I might get robbed too,
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to think about, and it's on my agenda. So like I know for a fact later down the line that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a cool idea. Respect that. Yeah, I was just kind of like writing stuff down throughout our conversation, just so I can better remember everything we talked about. Well, I'm gonna, I guess, pivot just a little bit, not for too long, just because I kind of want to get a little more from you about just the acting and whatnot. What is your like action plan? Like, you got a vision, a plan for that of some kind? Like, what steps to take, or like what different things you're gonna try? Or I'm just curious.
Well, like for act, like.
Oh yeah.
Going to acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like the steps I wanted to take, like I said when me and Blanky were talking, is that I wanted to do improv, or write a script and like really act it out. Like it'll be like almost like a David Dobrik type of thing, where he like it's not normally like a it's not a natural vlog. I mean, it's not a natural like acting, but it's more like scripted.
Yeah.
Like some of this stuff is scripted now. So that's what I kind of wanted to do, but I also want to do my own thing too, because like when I first started vlogging, it was more of a David Dobrik template, I want to say. And then as I kept vlogging and editing, as like the days went by, I started like having my own identity, where I'll vlog like the funny bits, but then I'll add my own style to it. So definitely want to do improv, script writing, like acting and stuff like that. Like have a crew that we can like sit, brainstorm ideas, and really like have fun with it. And you definitely got to find people who are interested in doing this too, because like not everybody's gonna want to do the stuff that you want to do.
Of course.
You know? Like you got to find people that are really down to like make your vision come to fruition. And I think that's the most important part too, is to have people to be there to support you in what you want to do, you know. And it just keeps you motivated.
Absolutely.
But there are days where I just feel unmotivated to do anything. And or when I look at like how many views I'm getting for this video, I'm just like, damn. Or like my last video, like, yeah, like I don't feel like I want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
But then I think about it, I'm just like, you know, you want to do this, and at least like there's not a single person that's watching it.
Yeah.
At least there's people watching it, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, this is what you want to do. Like, are you happy? Like, I keep questioning myself every time that every time I post a video, or every time I want to post a video or film, is, do I really want to do this? And every time I question it, I'm just, yes. Every time, like, yes, I want to do this. I want to do this. And that'll help motivate me to actually do it. And I feel like if I watch other vloggers too, it's kind of like discouraging, because I'm like, oh, I thought about that, but I just didn't do it. And there was a recent video that Mr. Beast came out too, and he did what I wanted to do, and I even wrote it down in my book before, on my notepad, before he came out with it. Like I'm talking about weeks before he came out with it. So it's not like a mental thing too. Like I forgot what it's called, but it's like when you think of something but you've seen it before. You know?
I don't know what that's called, if that's a thing, if there's a term for that.
Yeah, I know there's a term for that. It's like when you see somebody do the thing that you thought you wanted to do.
I have no idea.
See, actually that. It's just a psychology thing. If people are watching this and they know what I'm talking about, let me know. Or I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. What else?
I was just gonna start, if you kind of like, you don't really, I'm just gonna throw shit at you, that's all.
Huh?
I was gonna say, like, just throw some things at you related to that, just to be helpful. I like to be helpful.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to like do casting calls.
Yeah.
Like I just seen like an ad for I forgot what it was. Oh, The Matrix 4, right? The Matrix 4 was gonna start filming, and there was an ad, and I responded to that ad. And I applied. I just gotta send my headshot. I just haven't had the time, so I'm not sure if they closed off the application process and the audition process. But like, I don't mind being like an extra, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Like just get your foot through, like in the
foot through the door.
Through the door.
Just thinking that too. Yeah.
Yeah. And go from there.
Okay. I have another. I'm just like. Okay, so there's Jess, and then there's, was it Jose?
What?
No, there's just names in my circle, Joseph, that I feel like you can link up with. From amateurs to more experienced amateurs to someone who's been in the industry. Not an actor, but she loves film and does Hollywood stuff.
Oh, cool.
And then you have, I gotta link up with Amanda. She's so difficult. Do you know Amanda Schleifer? No? Yes, no?
No.
She's a dancer, but she's best known for like she does like body art effects and stuff. She's fucking amazing. And then she's on Joyner Lucas's team. And she's dating Ben, who films like Logic and Joyner and Token and stuff like that. So it's like,
okay.
yeah, just being like involved with entertainers is just kind of always a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, are you friends with Rob Chen?
I don't think so.
He's one of the, like he's like I believe he started off as a dancer and then he pivoted to acting, and I think he's in New York now, and he's serious. Like I see that I forgot how I met him, but he just pivoted and said studied Stella Eider Studio of Acting. I believe he's in New York now, but I think he was kind of like back and forth, or he was in Boston first. But yeah, so now he's just been hardcore with acting like, a lot. So just looking, and I know he's a cool guy. I don't know him like that, but like we know each other.
Yeah.
I can pass you some names. I have a client that does theater. She loves it. She's amateur, but like again, someone to just being surrounded by people that play around a little bit in your industry. Great idea. And that'll help you with the motivation and stuff.
Definitely. I'm open to it, man. I'm open to it. Meeting new people, meeting people who are motivated to pursue their dreams, or I'd say like becoming an actor is more like a dream job.
So I guess if we're gonna get practical, I guess, for a moment and be like adults, when you say it like that, when you say it's like a dream job, do you see yourself kind of like juggling like a standard job? I mean, like, how do you feel about your job now?
Hate it.
Okay, so do you think you're gonna kind of be in this space where you're not a fan of your job and you're always gonna have the thing on the side that you want to one day be like a thing, or is it gonna kind of be like, I'm gonna get a job maybe that I like, hopefully, and I'm gonna put some time towards kind of maybe developing a certain skill, and then still keeping that thing on the side? Because obviously there's a difference. I could get a standard job, or I can try to put some time into trying to get a corporate job, like doing marketing, because I'm like, I could do that. I don't want to do it forever, but I would like that way more than doing something else. But it requires more commitment, but it's also better pay. Maybe I might need a degree. Like it adds more time in a different way. But then you could kind of pivot to like a career until this thing pops off.
Right. Because like not every day someone like has a dream job, like a dream that they want to pursue, and then like actually like, achieve that dream.
Yeah.
So it's always good to be on that safer side where you have a job that you sort of enjoy, and that like you're also doing, like, trying to pursue your dream as well. And like it's never too late to actually achieve your dreams, because look at me, for example. Like I fucking never knew I was gonna be a YouTuber. Like I always wanted to do YouTube, but I just never like pursued it until like now. And I'm actually more happier that I get to pursue my dream while making money, I went to school for this, so I'm also a YouTuber, but also in my career path. So if one of them takes off or one of them flops, then I have another choice to go after.
Okay.
Yeah. But even if like YouTube did fail, I mean, if like I got fired or whatever. I just look for a new job.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's always like there's always an option of one or the other, and you can always if you become big as like in a YouTube platform
Yeah.
or like an actor, you can always invest in other things too.
Mm-hmm.
So just with that.
Okay, so I can pass you some names, and my brain is all wired up in like being brand and business and marketing and all that.
Yeah.
And so, and like the whole focus thing. When you were talking about acting, and I'm only going back to that because it's like, if that's like the dream, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's so many different ways you can get there. I was gonna say, have you thought of like being like content wise like intentional about that? So like it's one thing to have like a vlog that's a vlog, but then like building intentional content that kind of paves a specific direction to appeal to a certain demographic.
Yeah. Like I want to, like I actually started trying to throw some acting in there or drama. And I just got to have the right people. And like so far, like I don't have that right now. I don't have that support. So I'm just like vlogging like pranks right now, or like feel good videos. But I definitely want to like lean more into like scripted stuff. So
I had a random suggestion if you want. And I'm just doing this as if I was like walking your path but knowing the things that I know to try to play around and kind of pave that path, make it a little more clear. I would be like to make it clear to current audience, and then your audience will develop, and then you could start kind of picking up more on SEO and like the acting, the communities and all that kind of stuff. And so when I imagine like doing everything in your power to get connected, to build an audience, and to really pick up like skills and stuff, I would be super invested in everything related to acting when it comes to certain channels they want to emulate and their fan base. He's like, oh, like I'm into this kind of comedy, I kind of want to be like this. You jump into the comments, there are like strategies and like ways and like SEO and stuff that you can just do to kind of secure a following, build relationships with them, and then to make it clear that that's what you want, and then you'll get more of it in your life, right? So if I started saying as an aspiring actor, like, hey guys, like, if you're gonna make like a brand new vlog, like this particular series is gonna be everything related to I want to pursue acting. Like I'm not where I want to be, but I know I can get there, and this is gonna be like what it is. And if you make a series like like the struggles of being an aspiring actor, like what the day-to-day is, how it's all over the place, and the struggles of just that, and giving people who might have some similar aspirations or are just like completely terrified of the idea of pursuing a dream in general, or just capitalizing on the fact that you might be Asian or whatever that is, you could start to kind of tell a story. I've been telling a lot of people, like clients and like my talent, like storytelling is like key, and like I'm seeing that more and more with like the top industry performers. Like story is everything, and if you can provide that for your audience, then they have something to follow, and then they'll start recognizing like, yeah, my friend Christian is like, he's going after acting. So what's gonna happen is anyone who is a viewer of you or your friend or your family is in high awareness of this dude's trying to act, and that's a good thing, because then people are going to start sending you random shit related to acting, and they're also going to toss people in your direction that also have an interest in acting. That way, now that your brand is pushed and you're building content consistently around the idea, you should start now cultivating the community and culture around you, because that's what you want. And I've done that for myself, where going from normal person to gamer kid to dancer kid, and getting, you know, gigs and like people asking, do you teach this and that? It's like, oh, go talk to him, because dance. Then it pivoted to health, right? Health and wellness and advice and all that. So now people come to me for that, just because I blast it and I try to take people on this journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that doing something like that would be really dope, and it would connect you with people easier. And yeah, just jumping into communities, going into Reddit, going on YouTube, Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff, where you are either engaging with people who are a fan of certain like acting and stuff, or you're trying to communicate with actors in general.
Right.
Or one of my favorite things that I always suggest to people now is like shadowing. Like if you have, do you have like still where you work a certain amount of days, then you're off like 3 or 4 days in a row? Is that what you're still doing?
I am, but now my schedule actually changed. I'm going to be working from Sunday to Thursday. So
Okay.
I have Friday and Saturday off.
Okay. Yeah, if you could shadow like people, you know,
Yeah.
be a homie, DM hella people. Like these are strategies, you know, I've picked up from Gary Vee and all this kind of stuff. And I've practiced some, I've passed it on to some friends, and like there are results to be had, and it does work. As long as you're willing to do stuff like that. And that's where I think if you started wanting that to truly be like it, and knowing that it's possible, especially, and I love it that like it's not a thing, like it's not like when we talk about like, you know, lead Asian males and all that kind of stuff, and like how we've made it to some places, but we still ain't there. That means there's a huge gap still. That means we still have mad opportunity. Versus like if you're a white kid, good luck. Like,
yeah, right.
you know, do you know what I mean? Because like you have serious competition, but for us, it's like we have to work hard, and like we have to cultivate audiences. But in some regard, still aren't prominent Asian figures that are like, yo, yeah, this person, you know. We just still have like kind of C-list Asians still, you know.
Yeah.
Barely any A-list Asians. And so that means that's an opportunity for you, as long as, but if, you know, a lot of Asians get discouraged, then they get discouraged. But I think that if it's in you, the way that you believe, and you're totally hearing what I'm saying, where you have to tackle it from all these different angles to cultivate that lifestyle, and to trust that and find the right people who believe in the same thing, people who might want to start writing your scripts, or like people who are filming or whatever. It's like you start building a community that way, and it becomes your lifestyle, right? And you're like, wow, now I'm pumping out skits every so-and-so, or I'm going to auditions regularly with this person or that person.
Yeah.
Like that could be your life. And then you'll start landing some things here and there. And then once you start landing a few things, it's gonna
Just keep going.
pretty much. So
The ball rolling.
I think it's more realistic than people think. It just, most people just don't believe.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's why we get like so discouraged, is because like we just don't believe in ourselves, and then we're just like, all right, well, I don't know if I can do this. And then one thing will lead to another, and you're just like, I don't think I can do this, and then you just like back out.
Yeah, it's got to be the environment. Like, if you had like 10 homies, 5, 4, 3 homies around you that just believed in the same thing, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
So much.
Definitely. All right, man. I think this should wrap it up.
Yeah, it's 9:23. I'm gonna just send you some names. And you can just say, look and make sure I got these names right. Yeah, it's like, hey, I mean, you could stalk them, comment on their pictures and shit, and then just be like, hey, like Fatana said, da 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 da, y'all are cool peoples, and then we should be friends. I, want to act one day, or I'm an aspiring actor. That's all.
Yeah. We can do something for the vlogs, like something outrageous, and like we're just acting it.
Yeah. Be dope.
Like, I'd be like, have you seen David Dobrik? Yeah, so it's kind of like what he does, where he acts in some of the skits, or where it's all scripted.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll meet like random people off Hollywood Boulevard and just like link up with them, and they have like a talent that he'll show, you know, something like that. And I believe, I know for a fact, I believe if I keep pursuing this, like I know I'm gonna make it. You know, I'll be one of those. I'll be one of the few Asian people. Actually, no, there's a lot. There's a lot of Asian people like on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I just want to be like Timothy Delgado status.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, not even that big. I don't even want to be that big. I'm talking about maybe Jamie Zhang.
He's a cool guy. I know him. I have his phone number.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
See,
I kind of want to be like, I kind of want to be like that level where I'm like, I'm known, but I'm not that known. You know?
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I think he's based in New York. He came to Boston.
He came to Boston a few times. That's cool.
Yeah, it's easy, man. All we did was like, I watched one of his videos, and then I was like, yo, Kyle, he's doing like a call to action, like just hit him up, and then we all linked up, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Call to action where like
he was like, hey, I'll be in Boston, da 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 da. I'm looking for it, blah blah blah. And I was like, yo, bro, get on it. And then boom, that was it. Cool guy,
Cool.
He's chill. He's tall.
Is he taller than you?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
he's tall. Like, it might have just been his boots too, but like he is tall. He's a tall guy.
Okay.
Right. Cool guy. It's interesting because like he's a YouTuber. It is the strangest feeling being around like a YouTuber, because like maybe it's just him, right? But like it's so interesting how a YouTuber is like wired, because he does it for a living, and so like the way that he's like kind of in his own bubble. He's still a person, but like YouTube and content is like also at the forefront of his mind.
Yeah, like
So
this can be content. This can be content.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And
Like,
I've been like that, but I haven't met anyone else, that is like for real. So it was interesting.
yeah, like eating, like doing a mukbang of like eating this.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. I don't know. Like anything can be content. To be honest, you just gotta make it interesting.
Yeah.
Like every time I walk by, like anywhere, I walk by like a basketball court. Like that could be content. Like we can play. We can do like backwards half court shots, and whoever makes it wins this amount of money. Like, I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some stuff. Or send you some
Definitely.
people. I'll do that. Yeah, I mean, you can, we could end this, do your thing. It's almost 9:30.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was great talking to you, man.
Yeah, dude, it's fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. We gotta do this again.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Well, I'll be off Fridays and Saturdays, so like
Oh.
we can link up, go to a cafe again. We can talk off camera.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Start planning too for the homeless plan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll hit you up like for like a Saturday, like depending on how busy your schedule is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty like you're a very busy guy, obviously. So.
It'll be manageable.
Cool. All right.
I'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, I'll message you like some dates. I mean, like we can actually schedule one now if you want.
Let's see. Well, I do have my calendar, my booking thing.
Yeah.
Let me pass that. I can just pass that to you. That'll be. I should be updating that wicked soon, but I try to keep that up to date so that I can just pass it to people, and then it's just simple. I think it's this one. That's not the one. It's this one. Yes, okay, I'll send this to you. Booking. Okay.
Booking site. Gotcha. Monday, Tuesday closed.
Yeah, I have
Cool.
to update it because my life has changed. But the weekends I try to leave open for lots of randomness. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday is like, or Saturday, Sunday more than Friday. But yeah.
Okay. Cool. We'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, brother. Good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Thank you for the live stream, and I hope you success in whatever you want to pursue.
Yeah. You too, bro. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right. Bye.
Peace.